Welcome to Corda Aurea Podcast, where we talk about everything dog, from wiggly puppies to wise old companions. I'm Lorraine, and today we're talking about buying puppies safely, avoid scams and heartache. If you're listening to this episode, chances are you're either dreaming about getting a puppy, or you know someone who is. And honestly, what's more exciting than preparing to welcome a new little life into your home? That wagging tail, those tiny paws, the joy of a new best friend. But here's the tricky part: while you're full of excitement, there are people out there who see that joy as an opportunity, not to share in it, but to take advantage of it. Scammers and careless sellers can turn what should be a happy experience into something stressful, expensive, and heartbreaking. That's why today we're going to slow things down and talk about how to protect yourself when buying a puppy. By the end of this episode, you'll have a clear mental checklist of what to watch out for, how to verify breeders, the paperwork you should always ask for, and how to make sure your new puppy is truly healthy. Spotting red flags. The first thing to learn is how to recognize red flags, those little warning signs that something isn't right. One of the biggest ones is price. If you see a puppy advertised for far less than others of the same breed, it's almost always too good to be true. Scammers know that people love a bargain, and they use that to lure you in. A family once thought they had found a beautiful golden retriever for an unbelievably low price. Everything looked perfect until they sent the deposit. After that, the seller vanished, and they discovered the photos had been stolen from another breeder's website. Another warning sign is when the seller avoids answering your questions. A genuine breeder will welcome your curiosity, they'll gladly tell you about the puppy's parents, health history, and even send you videos. But scammers? They'll dodge your questions, give vague answers, or even claim the puppy is overseas. I remember one story where a woman asked for a simple video call, and the so-called breeder replied that their camera was broken. That was the moment she realized the puppies didn't exist at all. And then there's the matter of payment. If someone asks you to send money through gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency, that's a huge red flag. These payment methods are almost impossible to trace, and once the money is gone, it's gone for good. A responsible breeder will use safe, traceable methods and never pressure you to rush a payment. Age and development matters. A critical point that many first-time buyers don't know: puppies should not leave their mother before 8 weeks of age, and many breeders prefer to wait until 10 to 12 weeks, especially for smaller breeds. Those early weeks with mom and littermates teach crucial social skills. Puppies learn bite inhibition, how to interact with other dogs, and begin house training. A puppy removed too early often has behavioral issues later: excessive biting, difficulty with other dogs, or anxiety problems. If someone is pushing you to take a 5 or 6 week old puppy, that's a major red flag. They might say the puppy is ready or eating solid food, but eating and being developmentally ready are very different things. Any legitimate reason for early separation, like a medical emergency with the mother, should come with extensive documentation from a vet and a plan for continued socialization. Once you know the red flags, the next step is learning how to verify breeders. Start with registration. Responsible breeders will usually be registered with a recognized kennel club or breed association. Don't just take their word for it, double-check the details against the official registry. Next, ask for references. A good breeder should be able to connect you with families who bought puppies from them before. Talking to these people will give you a real sense of what to expect. One happy customer isn't enough, you want to see a pattern of healthy puppies and support a follow-up. Online research is also powerful. Type the breeder's name, phone number, or email into a search engine. If other buyers have had bad experiences, you'll often find warnings or reviews. Genuine breeders usually have a consistent presence online, while scammers disappear as soon as they're caught. And if it's possible, visit in person. Seeing the puppies where they live tells you so much. Are they kept clean? Do they look healthy and playful? Do the parents seem well cared for? I once heard of a couple who visited a breeder whose online photos looked beautiful, but when they arrived, the puppies were kept in a dirty shed with almost no food. Walking away was the best decision they ever made. If a breeder refuses visits or always makes excuses, that's your sign to move on. Now let's talk about paperwork, because this is your first line of legal protection. A responsible breeder should give you registration papers, showing your puppy comes from a recognized breed line. They should also provide vaccination records, signed and dated by a vet, along with a health certificate confirming the puppy was healthy at the time of sale. And finally, there should be a proper sales contract, something that protects both you and the puppy. Here's why it matters. A young couple once bought a puppy without asking for much paperwork. At first, everything seemed fine. But as the months went by, they noticed their puppy was unusually clumsy, bumping into furniture and struggling to play like other dogs. Eventually, a vet confirmed the heartbreaking news: the puppy was going blind from a condition that could have been avoided if the parents had been properly screened. This wasn't just about money, it was about unnecessary suffering. Proper documentation and responsible breeding could have prevented it. Health checks. Paperwork is one thing, but your own eyes and a vet's expertise are another. Before you bring a puppy home, make sure it's truly healthy. Ask whether the puppy has had a recent vet check, and request to see the report. Confirm that vaccinations and deworming are up to date for the puppy's age. If the breed is prone to genetic issues, like hip dysplasia or eye conditions, ask if the parents have been tested. And while you're there, observe the puppies yourself. Healthy puppies are curious, playful, and alert. They should have bright eyes, shiny coats, and steady appetites. If you see a puppy that looks weak, coughs often, or has bald patches, that's a warning sign. I remember one man visiting a litter where a single puppy sat quietly in the corner with watery eyes while the others played. The breeder shrugged it off as the pup being just tired. In reality, it had a respiratory infection. Paying attention in that moment saved him from a very difficult experience. A tip here: bring a simple checklist with you. Write down the vaccination dates, the health certificates, and any questions you want to ask. That way, your emotions won't distract you, and you'll know you've covered everything. Even with paperwork and health checks, there are a few extra ways to protect yourself. Always verify the seller's identity with a phone or video call. Look for consistency in their online presence, websites, social media, and reviews should all line up. Never let anyone rush you, real breeders will give you time to decide. And when it comes to money, stick to safe, traceable payment methods. Most importantly, trust your instincts. If something feels off, it usually is. Red flags recap. So, let's quickly run through the biggest red flags again. Prices that seem far too low. Missing or incomplete paperwork. Sellers dodging your questions. Demands for untraceable payments. Pressure to act immediately. Keep this checklist in the back of your mind, and you'll be far better prepared. Buying a puppy should be one of life's sweetest experiences. It's about joy, companionship, and beginning a journey with a new family member who will share your days for years to come. Yes, it takes time, patience, and a little extra caution. But every step you take now protects not only your heart and your wallet, but also your puppy's well-being. Remember, the right breeder will never rush you, hide information, or leave you with unanswered questions. So, take your time. Trust your instincts. And when that perfect little pup finally comes home, you'll know you did everything possible to give them the best start in life. Thank you for listening to Corda Aurea Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend who's also thinking about adding a puppy to their family. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and give your pup an extra cuddle from me.